In this video, we're going to explore 5 of the most powerful builds in Cyberpunk 2077, specifically after the 2.0 update and Phantom Liberty expansion. We're going to look at 5 very different builds, catering to a variety of playstyles, including hacking, melee, stealth, and more. I'll tell you the exact attributes to invest in, perks to buy, weapons to wield, and cyberware to install to get your build poppin'. So buckle up, grab some iced coffee, and let's make your V the most powerful merc in Night City. This video is sponsored by Ipsos Ice. Last year, companies across the globe spent $81 billion on market research, and your opinion is valuable, which is where today's sponsor comes into play. Ipsos Ice is a survey-based company that can help you turn your opinion into gift card rewards that you can use to shop at your favorite brands. And it's so simple to use. After setting up your account, all you have to do is take part in quick surveys and answer simple questions to start earning rewards. The surveys are tailored to your interests, so you'll never get bored. Plus, there are so many gift cards to choose from, such as Amazon, PayPal, and my personal favorite, Visa debit cards. I completed some surveys in my spare time and was able to earn enough rewards to pick up some new headphones for video editing without dipping into my own wallet. And you can do the same by signing up for Ipsos Ice for free today. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description to start earning rewards with Ipsos Ice right now. Before we look at the first build, our fire katana wielder, let's take a quick look at overall attributes. Phantom Liberty raised the level cap to 60, so by the end of the game we can max out 3 separate attribute scores and take another one all the way to 18 if we're min-maxing. If you're not interested in doing any kind of net running, then intelligence is the premier dump stat, as it primarily impacts quick hacks and smart weapons. Most of the builds on this list are incredibly flexible, since you'll mainly focus on 1 or 2 attribute categories to get most of what you need. So feel free to mix and match to your heart's content. One upgrade I'll definitely recommend for every build is the Reinforced Tendon Cyberware, which enables double jump. Our first build is a melee-focused katana build with an emphasis on reflexes and body. Utilizing speed and courage in battle, the Fire Samurai darts across the arena, lighting enemies on fire with the signature thermal katana. Our most important perks come from the reflexes skill tree, so we'll want to pump points into that category as fast as possible. These are the essential perks you want to pick up. Lead and Steel allows you to block incoming projectiles with your sword, and Bullet Deflect will even knock them back at your enemies. Finisher Blade Runner is great for stylistically taking down opponents. I also recommend Dash and Air Dash for increased mobility. Survivability is also essential for any melee build, since you'll be taking lots of gunfire while closing distance with enemies, so we'll definitely want to boost our body attribute for more HP. I also recommend putting points into technical ability so you can maximize your cyberware. Adrenaline Rush is a great perk to take here. It boosts HP and regeneration, and at 3rd level provides a temporary HP boost in the form of adrenaline. If you want to do a fully melee build and have the flexibility to use blunt weapons like hammers as well, then you can pick up the Wrecking Ball and Quake abilities. For technical ability, I recommend maxing out the License to Chrome perk, which will expand the amount of cyberware we can install. So let's talk about cyberware. This build is a sort of dealer's choice, so the cyberware options are flexible depending on what you want to play around with. But I definitely recommend anything that boosts your armor, such as Parabellum or Subdermal armor, considering you'll be bringing a sword to a gunfight. For your operating system, I recommend picking up one of the Berserks. When activated, you become temporarily invulnerable to damage, as well as boosting your melee damage, stamina, and attack speed. Your best in slot will be the Militech Berserk. The final and most important part of this build is the weapon, the Thermal Katana, which you can pick up early in Act 2. You can find the katana in the same warehouse where you and Judy rescue Evelyn Parker during the quest Disaster Piece. The katana is sitting in a furnace in the basement of the facility. All in all, the Fire Samurai build is incredibly fun to play, especially with the new flashy finisher animations. Net running is one of the most powerful and fun ways to approach combat in Cyberpunk 2077, And with this build, you can maximize your hacking prowess and wreak mayhem on the battlefield. The most important attributes for any netrunning build are intelligence and technical ability. Our goal will be to max out both. However, we'll gain the most important perks by reaching 15 in each attribute, so let's start with intelligence perks. Hack Q allows us to upload multiple quick hacks against a single enemy, plus a boost to our RAM. Q-Hack Root and Feedback Loop are great passives that reduce quick hack costs and increase RAM regeneration rate. Same goes for Proximate Propagation. Overclock is our ultimate ability, which temporarily slows time, buffs our damage and recovery rate, and allows us to do additional quick hacks even when we run out of RAM. This is stupidly powerful. I also recommend Encryption, Power Surge, and System Overwhelm from this tree. Any other perks from Intelligence are nice to have, but lower priority. In technical ability, we'll want to max out License to Chrome. This will allow us to get as much cyberware as we could ever want for V. Ticking Time Bomb is also a great add-on to your Overclock ability. It creates an EMP blast whenever you use Overclock, which stuns and damages any enemy caught in the blast. So now let's talk about cyberware. The things you'll want to be looking for is anything that increases your RAM and armor. For RAM, Memory Boost and X-Disk are great upgrades to take for your frontal cortex. RAM Reallocator is also fantastic for regenerating your RAM more quickly, and if you can't afford those at the moment, you can also pick up a basic RAM boost. For armor, you can seek out items like Parabellum, Bionic Joints, and Subdermal Armor. As for your operating system, we'll want to pick out a cyber deck. There are a lot of great options here depending on what you're going for. Tetratronic Rippler Mark V is still the best cyber deck for quick hacking builds, though it did get nerfed a bit in the 2.0 update. It still provides a very high base RAM of 16, plus 40% damage bonus to combat quick hacks. The Militech Canto Mark VI is also an excellent cyber deck that allows us to use the incredibly OP Blackwall Gateway ability. However, you have to make a specific set of decisions during the Phantom Liberty DLC to unlock this cyber deck. Check out my video on the Forbidden Songbird build for more details. If you want to go for more of a Lucy from Edgerunner's 2.0 build, then you'll also want to pick up her signature monowire. You can even download a mod to make your outfit and appearance look like Lucy as well if you're into that sort of thing. Weapon choices are really flexible for netrunning builds, though you'll already be advantaged towards tech weapons and smart guns because of the high investment in intelligence and technical ability. So you can never go wrong with Atom Smasher's smart shotgun, the Widowmaker tech rifle, or Ogu pistol. But at the end of the day, this build is all about quick hacking. I recommend taking the following quick hacks for your Netrunner build. For straight damage, you can use Synapse Burnout, Seppuku, and Detonate Grenade. For control, I recommend Weapon Glitch and Cyber Psychosis. Netrunning never gets old for me, and I love quick hacking goons with my chooms all over Night City. Ninja assassins focus on stealth, tactical cloaking, and silent weapons to sneakily eliminate foes from the shadows. This build will focus primarily on cool, with other attributes and perks being flexible. Ninjutsu is essential for any stealth build. It increases your movement speed while crouching, and at level 3 you can even sprint silently while crouching, which is really awesome. Juggler is a great perk to pick up since we'll be utilizing throwing knives as part of the Ninja Assassin kit. We'll also want to pick up Focus and Deadeye for any handguns we use in this build. It's also worth mentioning that you can perform silent takedowns from above by jumping on unaware enemies. This used to be a cool perk called Hidden Dragon, but as of 2.0, it's freely available as a base ability without spending skill points, and it's an ideal tactic to utilize for our Ninja Assassin build. I also recommend getting Dash and Air Dash from the Reflexes tree for increased mobility. Our most important cyberware installations will be the Optical Camo and Mantis Blades. Being able to cloak yourself like Adam Jensen in Deus Ex is really fun for stealth builds in this game. And pairing this with Mantis Blade finishers and assassinations is just awesome. During the DLC, we'll pick up another important weapon, a silenced pistol from Alex called Her Majesty. This weapon has a 100% crit chance when optical camo is activated, making it the ideal sidearm for this build. You can attach silencers to other pistols in this game, but 2.0 kinda nerfs silencers in general, since you can no longer attach them to revolvers, rifles, etc. All in all, the Ninja Assassin is perfect for players who want to complete objectives and wipe out entire bases without the enemies ever knowing you're there. I like to call this next build the Techno-Necromancer, since we'll be focusing on tech weapons, and because it sounds cool.
The Techno-Necromancers of Alpha Centauri!
Technical ability will be the most important attribute by far, as it contains perks to boost our cyberware capacity and tech weapon damage. We'll want to max out License to Chrome for this build. We're also going to max out Bolt and the 4 perks surrounding it, which will greatly boost our damage with tech weapons. Finally, we're going to take Chain Lightning, which provides an arcing electrical attack that can hit up to 3 enemies when we use tech weapons. Other good attributes to invest in are Cool and Intelligence. Cool will boost our damage with precision rifles like the Widowmaker. Intelligence will allow us to get the most out of smart weapons like the Yinlong, but we won't focus on any hacking specific perks in this build. For perks, I recommend Focus and Deadeye from the Cool tree. From Intelligence, we can pick up Acquisition Specialist and Target Lock Transfer. Cyberware options are pretty wide open, so you can pretty much use anything that you want with this build. For weapons, I recommend the Yinlong SMG and Brick's custom shotgun from the Phantom Liberty DLC, and the Widowmaker rifle. And last but not least, we have the David Martinez 2.0 build, which will heavily focus on the Sandevistan, melee, and shotguns. We'll primarily want to focus on body and technical ability for the attributes. In body, we'll pick up pretty much every perk on the left and center sides of the skill tree. Painkiller, Adrenaline Rush, Pain to Gain, Die, Spontaneous Obliteration, and Rip and Tear. By far the most important part of this build is David's signature Sandy. As of 2.0, the best in slot Sandevistan is the Militech Apogee. During the Edge Runners anime, we can also see David utilizing Gorilla Arms and the projectile launcher, so you can mix and match whichever one you prefer. I recommend the Thermal Gorilla Arms, which have a chance to set opponents on fire. Other essential cyberware upgrades are the Blood Pump for HP regeneration, Adrenaline Converter to buff our movement speed, plus anything that will boost our overall armor. As for weapons, we only see David use or talk about a few different guns in the show. His starter weapon is a basic Lexington pistol, but he later talks about how this weapon is garbage and he prefers a DB2 Satura shotgun. So you can also pick up Brick's custom Satura shotgun from Phantom Liberty to round out this build if you don't want to strictly stick to melee. But our primary method of attack will be activating the Sandy and beating the fuck out of goons with our Thermal Gorilla Arms. So there you have it, 5 of the most powerful builds in Cyberpunk 2077. There are certainly more playstyles you can utilize in this game, such as sniper builds, handgun builds, and much more. So what is your approach to combat in Night City? Let me know some of your favorite perks, builds, and abilities in the comments section below. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more Cyberpunk and RPG videos. I also recently made a Twitter account, so go follow me at Big Dan here. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.